Congratulations to Steve and his staff and their team. They played really well tonight. They're playing very good basketball right now. Just especially in this building. They just played with very good pace. I thought our guys were just a little bit behind the play on the first half, especially. It took us a while to get into the game. I don't know if we had a little bit of heavy legs. Obviously, some of it's just Wake Forest playing so well quickly. Appleby is hard to handle. Hildreth played well. Both those guys, put some pressure on our defense. We didn't handle that as well as we thought we would. Their rebounding hurt us early. I just felt like we were a half step slow in the first half, just behind everything. And offensively, we were fine. We scored 38, only had 2 turnovers. I was just really disappointed with our defense. Most of the night, we were regrouped a little bit in the second half. We're a little better, and made a scare out of it. Obviously, Hildreth hit a huge 3 late in the shot clock when we cut it to, I don't know, 5 or 6 or something like that. But they just outplayed us today. They played a very good game, and we just couldn't quite get enough things done to win the game. Questions?
Brad, early on in the game, they seemed like they kind of got inside the paint and then started knocking down threes.
Yeah.
Did it feel like they were getting the jump on you guys right from the opening, other than the opening tip basket from that point on?
Yeah. Like I just didn't think we played very hard or very well defensively. I didn't think we did what we came here to do. Some of that's them, certainly. Some of it's just inefficiency by us and lack of attention to detail. And then I thought we just looked a little bit behind the play on some plays. And we made some defensive mistakes, certainly. I think we got a little spread and they got inside our defense. And sometimes that happens when you're having a hard time defensively. You get very man conscious and then you're just guarding your guy. And I thought that happened to us a little bit today. We didn't try to guard them as a team very well, and we didn't have much success guarding them at all. So again, give their players credit, their staff credit. They played well.
Coach, Wake attempted 33 free throws tonight. How does that impact the game, having guys in foul trouble and having Wake go into the bonus?
Yeah, it's hard. We had crazy lineups out there for us a lot. Wiggins played 30 minutes and he hasn't played near that much in any game. I'm really proud of him because I thought he played with great poise and looked comfortable. So it didn't surprise me that he could do those things, but our guards were both in foul trouble most of the game. And that's a problem. And so we couldn't do certain things offensively in the game, but offensively, I don't think that was a major problem until the second half. In the second half, we turned the ball over a lot. We were careless. And they turn those turnovers into points. And, that was a big part of the second half success for them.
Brad, you mentioned on the conference call yesterday the job that Steve's done. And just a second ago, you said so as well. They were 13-7 in league last year and you play them again tonight and you see what they've put up so far. What do you think about the overall strength of the conference and really those who are doubting because of the way teams in the league beat each other? That's the overall strength.
Yeah, I think the league is better than people think it is, right? We're much better now than we were in November and December. PJ is much more like himself here in the last, couple of weeks. We may not have a dominant team this year. I think we got a lot of really good teams. That's why we won the Big Ten Challenge, ACC Big Ten Challenge. I think a lot of teams had a lot of turnover, and so they're different. I think Steve's team is one of those teams, and they're playing really well. Our team had to adjust to a lot of things. We're playing different than we were in November. We're better. And there's several teams that are probably like that in our league. So I think our league's pretty good.
Coach, I noticed early in the first half, you kind of matched up Wiggins defensively, but against Damari Monsanto, trying to get a big, long, lanky guy in his face. Were you happy with what you saw in that matchup? And was that kind of the plan?
Not great, to be honest with you. He had 17, he made 3 threes, and he made a couple pull-ups. He made a couple tough pull-ups. Give him credit. Like I just thought their team played very well, and he was a guy that played well. You know, their perimeter players were terrific, and Carr was terrific. I mean, those guys shooting numbers were good. I thought they got the ball to better positions on the court than we really would like. And I thought that's where I thought our defense was a little slow. We looked a little bit tired at times, and we just weren't as good as they were. They were very sharp and aggressive, and you know, we had some young guards out there at times that probably took some bad angles, got exposed on some things. But again, give those guys credit; they played well.
Right. Just how much do you think Chase not being available impacted?
We're not going to talk about that, because I think that takes away from what the Wake Forest kids did. They played very well tonight and beat our team.
Brad, can we grab one on Zoom?
Yes, sir.
I was going to ask with Chase, do you have an update on how long?
No, I don't. You know, I didn't know much about it. I know it was bothering him just a little bit after the game. I didn't think it would be, you know, as significant, but you know, Sunday it was very painful, and it's stayed, you know, painful here the last couple of days. And, you know, when he's ready, he'll go. So, you know, it's disappointing because he wants to be out there and our team would love to have him, but you know, it's part of it.
Almost no one runs the table in
Hang on.
Larry, hang on one sec. Go ahead.
sorry. Almost no one runs the table in conference play.
Yeah.
So 7-0, you come in here.
Yeah.
I know you hate to lose, but
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of exhale a little bit now. You don't.
No, not really. I understand your question. You know, just you know, it's kind of like I said to folks before the Duke game, hey, win or lose, we're going to have a really hard game at Wake Forest on Tuesday. And now we're going to have a really hard game at home on Saturday against Virginia Tech. And, you know, we better lick our wounds real quick. You know, we got a day off tomorrow, which is probably needed. And then we better get ourselves prepared and ready for battle. And that's kind of how it is. It just, in basketball, the games happen so fast that, you know, you're asking a lot of all these teams to play well every night. You're not going to have your A game every night, but you better compete better and figure out other ways to get things done. Tonight, we didn't quite have it. Wake played better than us and beat us. And so, you know, we'll learn from the film and readjust and take a deep breath and then get back at it on Thursday.
Go ahead, Larry.
Go ahead, Larry.
Yeah, I was gonna say with Brevin not really shooting well tonight, and certainly not asking you to make excuses, but in this type of game, does that amplify Alex's absence as far as
I mean, the only thing that amplified was just depth, right? It's just we didn't have as much depth. And that's, you know, when you lose 2 guys that are in a perimeter position that are primary players, you know, you just don't have quite as much depth.
Probably got time for a couple more. Anybody on Zoom?
Brad Chauncey playing 30 minutes, not turning. I don't think he had 1 turnover, 10 points,
Yep.
few assists. Just what did you see from him? And it seemed like he really handled the moment pretty well.
Yeah, he did. And that part doesn't surprise us. I think, you know, we feel like he's getting better. He's more comfortable, more confident. For him, that's a big thing, is just being confident. He's a better player than he thinks he is, right? And it's like, I think our whole team, you know, feels he's a good player. You know, but sometimes he's absent in practice. He's out there and nothing's going on. And you know, he's not afraid to shoot a ball, right? Obviously, they went 1-3-1. We got into what we practiced, fired it right to him in the corner. He got a wide open shot. He knocked it in, and that's what he can do. So it was great start for him. You know, he's 6'10". We want him to do more things. He needs to get more than 3 rebounds. He needs to continue to fight defensively and get better, but he's coming. Like, this is why we're recruiting. We think he's a really good player. And as he continues to gain confidence in himself, he can play like this. one of his best attributes, we think, is his poise. He has good basketball skill. He can pass, he can shoot, he can dribble for his size. He's a long guy. He's a little immature and young. And so it's taken a while to get to this point, but great bright spot. I'm really happy for him, proud of him. Think he's got a bright future.
One more for Coach.
So Brad, did Chase hurt the foot in the big game?
Yes.
Right.
No, he heard it in the game. Obviously, just the energy and everything in the building and just the way the game was going. I don't think he was, he probably didn't feel it till after the game, right? He was fine. It wasn't a major ankle roll or anything like that. It's a ligament. He's got, he's obviously has a history of foot problems, right? And he's had some issues with his feet before he got here. He's got extremely flat feet. I don't know all the details, but it's been bothering him the last few days. And so we just all decided he doesn't need to play tonight.
With 4 days off, do you feel like there's a chance he could go Saturday?
Yeah, I think there's a chance, but again, I won't know that until practice next couple of days if he's ready. Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it was a tough crowd over here. Media only for the drinks. They count them too.
Oh, Steven.
All right, guys, got Cammy Hilton for Andrew Carr. Open up for any questions.
For both of you guys, I know the offense was there all night, but from about 9.5 left to 3.5 left, looked like the offense finally slowed down a little bit and seemed like the defense kind of took you over the hump and let you guys stay in a comfortable lead. Did you feel that way too? And if so, what led to that?
Yeah, no, I think especially as we grow as a team, we kind of proven our offense will be there a lot of times, but that's not something that you can rely on to really win these types of games. We got like we had a lot of fans out there tonight. Obviously, thank you to them. Especially the student turnout was amazing. But it's not always going to be like that, especially when you travel on the road. Your defense has to travel with you. I think that we buckled down when we needed to defensively, and that's what won us the game tonight.
Andrew, I wanted to ask you about the challenge of facing off against some of the ACC's best bigs in PJ Hall and Hunter Tyson. You had a great game, very efficient. What was going right for you out there tonight?
Yeah, I think obviously those two guys are great players. They've been playing really well. They're a lot to handle and they're a big part of the scouting report coming into the game. So I think for us offensively, you got to make them work on that end when they play defense to kind of make it a little bit more difficult for them when they come down and try to play offense, try and tire them out and everything. So that was kind of just a big thing, trying to make them work on defense as well, and kind of let that translate, take over the game a little bit. So,
Cam, do you believe in the idea of wins like this sending a message about you guys?
Yeah, I mean, we stick together throughout the whole year. So we try and, like Coach says all the time, block out the noise and stay in our circle. So obviously it's a great win for us, but like as a team, we expect to win every time, we step out on the floor and we do the right things. And we're doing that as of recent, and the sky's the limit for us at the moment.
And this one goes for both of you. Have you guys noticed gradually the following of your team changing throughout the year, whether it be the lower bowl filling out against Duke, last week against FSU, and tonight being, especially among the students, pretty good turnout? Starting with you, Andrew.
Yeah, no, I think like I said, we really appreciate that. And like they say, if you keep winning, they'll keep coming. So that's kind of our motto. We're just trying to stack these wins together, and hopefully, we'll be able to do something special and bring along a bunch of Wake Forest fans. People from Winston-Salem will come out and support.
This is the first time that Wake Forest has had two guys score double doubles in one game this season. What's it like knowing that you guys have such a well-rounded and deep team that can do practically anything?
Yeah, I say this majority of the time we get asked this question. Our team's very deep. We have, multiple guys that can do multiple different things. But we just want to win. So whatever it takes, all guys are going to come on the floor, give whatever it takes. And if it means people get double doubles or people just get points or rebounds, whatever it is, assists, like it doesn't matter, whatever it takes. Like we're going to just do whatever we need to do to make sure we win.
Yeah, I agree. You guys said it wonderfully.
Appreciate it.
Cam, the three ball wasn't necessarily going well for you guys in the second half, but you hit a big one with about a minute and a half to go to put you guys back up 9. How did that feel, draining that three at the top of the key and feeling the adulation from the fans?
Yeah, I think we all have confidence in each other. Chemistry is very strong. And yeah, I mean, my mentality is it doesn't matter. Like every miss is closer to your next make. So at that point, you just got to keep shooting. And some days it will go in, some days it won't. But you got to have the same mentality so you don't, mess with your head. But yeah, it was a good game for us. I'm really
He's
proud
clutch.
of you.
That's it. He's clutch.
Chill out, man. That's
And Andrew, in the final waning seconds, trailing on the fast break, did you have any clue that Mario was going to flip that back?
I had no idea, to be
I thought
honest.
he was going to try to dunk it. Honestly.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I thought that would usually be a Damari thing. I didn't know if he was gonna bounce it and try and dunk it himself or something. I don't know. We'll do one of those or off the backboard or something. So no, but obviously I'll gladly take the little drop off pass for a nice
Easy
emphatic
flush.
dunk. Yep. Yeah, right.
Looking ahead, Cam, you obviously were on last year's team and remember how big of a win it was at UVA. What do you remember about preparing for the pack line as you guys get set for Virginia on Saturday?
I think every game we play, we have, the same preparation. Doesn't matter who we play, whether it's the best recorded team or the worst recorded team. We come to practice, we work on our fundamentals, and if we do what we're supposed to do, then yeah, I mean, we should be able to beat anyone.
And Andrew, how impactful have you noticed with ACC play, your first time going through it, your size, not just you specifically, but the team size being a key factor for you guys?
Yeah, definitely. I think as we've gone through this schedule, it's like really proven the tougher team usually is the one who's going to be winning. And if we're able to get in there, be physical, and our team has a lot of height, and we're able to go big at times and be physical. I think we've been able to do that these past couple of games, and I think that's why we've been able to come out with a lot of the wins. But that's an advantage for our team and something that we like to go to.
I know it's your game to go inside, but they've got some good rim protectors inside. Were you a little surprised at how easily you scored in the first half against them?
I mean, I don't really think about that too much, to be honest. I mean, my mentality is just be aggressive and get inside the paint. And if there's a layup for me, then I'm gonna take it. And if it's not, and the big guys come across, then I'm gonna look out for one of our shooters. I mean, we have a lot of shooters on the team, so if the layup's not there for me, then I'm going to kick it out for them for the 3-ball.
Speaking of shooting, I mean, you guys had 9 threes, so it's not like you
Right.
were that far off, but it's your first game, I think, in 6 games that you didn't hit double digits. What does it say about your group that you can still get to 87 points without that many threes?
I mean, yeah, that says a lot. We have guys that can get to the free throw line a lot. How many do we shoot?
Yeah, we even missed 11 free throws and
yeah.
still put up 87 points. So
yeah, we're a good team. I'm really pleased with this team.
Yeah.
Andrew, you want to mention anything about that two-handed block?
That was disgusting.
No, Coach Woodley always just says make a play on the ball, and that's that's what I've been trying to do. Get vertical and I don't know, as you've seen a couple of times this year, it hasn't gone my way, unfortunately, but tonight that one did. So
What does it show that you're getting stronger, obviously, as the year goes
yeah,
on?
definitely. I think just trying to build off these games and just get more confident out there, being aggressive offensively and defensively as well, just going to be able to try and make those types of plays.
Anything else?
All right, thank you guys.
Steven's
Thanks.
here now, so we better get out. Yeah. Come on, Steven. Yeah, come on, man. Come on, man. Your time to shine.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, that was a hard fought game and a lot of credit to Clemson. They came and battled and I knew they would. And I hated that a couple of their guys are out because they're good players and they've got an outstanding team. I have the utmost respect for Coach Brownell. And then PJ Hall's one of my favorite players. He always has been. His dad's one of my favorite refs because he refed about every one of my games that I won at East Tennessee State. PJ just told me his dad had hip replacement, can't ref anymore. So I'm glad I'm out of there. Hunter Tyson, boy, he's good. So they're going to win a lot of games. And when they get those guys back, they're going to be a lot to deal with. I thought it was really important tonight. We didn't turn the ball over much. Lucy just told me it's the least amount of turnovers we've had since we've been here. 6. I think we had 1 in the second half. That's huge. We got to the line a lot tonight because we made some threes early and then we didn't make as many, couple big ones late. So we put a lot of pressure on them off the bounce against the best, one of the best defenses in the ACC and in the country. So we got to the line a lot. We got in transition. Davian and Cam made a couple really big threes late for us when we needed them. And then again, offensive rebounds, just tracking them down late and getting an extra possession was huge. We didn't foul and we made some physical plays at the rim. Andrew Carr, some DB with some wall ups, some block shots. I thought Davian played great defense. We didn't get back cut one time tonight for a layup, which we gave a bunch of those the first time. And I thought we just kind of had them on their heels. So, again, a great effort for 40 minutes and a heck of a game and great crowd for a late game. Students were awesome. Very appreciative of that. And we had a much needed day off tomorrow and we're looking forward to that. So I'll open up some questions.
Coach, your program relies on the maxim gritty, grimy, tough together. How did your team embody that in a win like tonight?
Well, I got a little mad there for a while. I thought they were kind of more physical when we were on the glass. They kept a lot of balls alive. It seemed like to me they had a ton of offensive rebounds, but they didn't. I don't know. I was not very happy, but it's just the way we do it, and it's something we talk about every day. Identity is important. You have to know who you are to be any good. They know who they are. They play hard. They execute. They defend. We do the same thing, and so, that hard, smart together thing is important. We don't always play smart, but we play hard and we play together. We share that ball. And, this was a game we needed to play that way. We couldn't have won this game in November, December. I've implored our guys to play through contact, not look for fouls, not expect the referees to bail you out. I think we've really taken a big step forward from that, and so, yeah, it stinks to lose, man. It does. I hate it. I hate losing at Rutgers like that, but dang it, sometimes you got to go through those things to learn. And I think we've gotten a lot better since that time of playing through contact and not looking for a foul. And I thought that was big tonight.
Steve, the offense was there for pretty much the entire night until about 9.5 left.
Yeah.
And then when it slowed down, it felt like your defense really picked you up.
It did. And that wouldn't have happened earlier. You're right. We went through, they changed defense on a little bit. I had Damari out of there because I thought he can really score, but I didn't think he was locked in defensively as much tonight as and not the whole game, but just kind of up to that point. And so he probably would have got a couple looks there against that. We got the ball to DB a bunch of times. He just didn't make any free throws. And we got it right there. So yeah, but you're right. We didn't wilt. We got a lot of stops, and so I'm very proud of them for that because again, I think that's an area where we have evolved just got to continue to evolve. But you're right. That helped us win the game.
We talked a lot yesterday about offensive confidence, but to come out and kind of go straight at them for the first half.
Huge.
Yeah. Was the game plan as simple as just drive it into them and
Just play through contact, play the way we play. Don't get sped up. I thought last time we just got sped up, man. And then we just took some silly shots. We didn't take, I don't know how many we took, but we took 14 bad shots against them last time. And those are like 14 turnovers. Like, I don't think we had a bunch tonight, maybe a couple of heat checks. Cool. I'm okay with that. Yeah, I like the way we played. We hung 48 on them, and is that right, in the first half? I mean, and they're, dude, they can guard now. So we were playing at a pretty high level on offense.
Coach, I wanted to ask about playing to survive versus playing to win. The last couple games feels like you guys have put.
Yeah, I think we went through that a little bit early in November of just trying to find a way to survive it, with the lead. Now we seem to understand that we got to continue to put the pedal to the metal. And, winning those media timeouts is something that's really important. We won most of them in the set. We won the middle 8, won the first 4, might have dropped one there at 12-8 maybe, but then we picked it back up. And if you got a lead and you keep stacking the media timeouts, they can't win, and so at some point there's the guts of the game where it's game time. And for that, tonight is probably somewhere around, I don't know, the 8-minute mark on. That was game time, and we needed to do it, and we did.
Steve, Clemson obviously was at the top of the league standings. They still are, but with the win, how concerned are you over the next couple of months, folks, decision makers in college basketball, particularly on the committee, confusing the fact there isn't a dominant team in the ACC this year?
Yeah.
With the league not being strong.
And that's a really good, fair question. And I just really haven't got caught up in that this year. I did last year a little bit. I got perturbed with the narrative. I can't control it. What I can control is just keep winning and win the right games, and it'll all work out. I don't understand the metrics, and I'm the head coach in the ACC. I mean, there's some teams ahead of us that I have no clue how they're ahead of us when you look at it on paper. So I just don't look at it, and listen, you can't get caught up in it, because last year at this time, everybody had us deep, in the tournament, like all the way through the month of February, and then we weren't. So I just don't, I think the best thing you can do is just win, and play as the best you can play. And we're trying to do that. There's a lot of good teams in our league. You're right. I don't know if there's a dominant team, but there's some really good teams. And I think most leagues are probably like that. I don't watch every league, but there's a lot of parity in college basketball.
And real quickly, it would seem like that one of the right games to win would be a game like Saturday against Virginia.
Sure. Yeah.
Given you guys won there last year, but
Mhm.
given all the turnover, how much is the next couple of days going to be about instructing about the pack line, and how much do you think your size matches up well with Virginia?
I haven't really looked at them, honestly, Josh. Tomorrow's a day off, and we'll finally have a regular prep. We didn't really have a regular prep for Clemson. We got back so late on Saturday from Boston. You can't practice on Sunday. We just walked through and had film. Practice yesterday and had pregame today. They get a much needed day off tomorrow. Then we can have regular prep on Thursday and Friday. And for a Saturday game, it's actually not at 9:00. Will be huge. I know Tony's team. I mean, they're going to be tough. They're going to defend. They're going to run the clock. They're going to be very patient on offense. They're going to get their shots. I've watched them a little bit. They got a lot of guys back. I mean, and then they added Vanderplas, who I think is a fabulous player. McNeely's a freshman that can shoot it from about half court. Dunn's athletic new guy, but then, they got all those bigs they run at you. Kiwi Clark is a 20th year senior. I mean, like some of these guys, he's a great player, so it'll be a really hard game. And we one of the best wins was winning there last year. And there again, I don't like, getting on my soapbox here, but how that's not a quad 1 win is just ridiculous. Okay. It's ridiculous. And it's ridiculous we didn't get a quad 1 win for beating the national runner up. Stupid. And so I don't know what to say about that, just other than how I feel. And so we just got to keep winning the ones in front of us. And when that stuff comes up on my phone, I just move on to the next thing.
Steve, what did you like about what Davey and Bradford did today? And
Oh,
what
yeah.
did you tell him to kind of keep his head up about his effort, what he did?
Oh, he played great.
While missing those free
He
throws?
played great because PJ had a hard time putting him in the basket, couldn't do it. Matt was just playing behind him, and he can't do that, man. And DB got a good hard 3-quarter on him, and then you saw what happened when he did catch it. We were only monstering off the dribble. PJ's a smart player now. He waited, and he didn't even dribble it. Sometimes he just scored it. Great patience. Sometimes, a couple times he did. We tried to get in there, but I thought DB just had a tremendous wall. Great body between. We talk about it a lot. He had a body between him all night long, and PJ had a hard time at some point scoring over him. Now, probably a lot of those points probably came on Matt. I'll have to look. We didn't go small. I don't think we did. Maybe late. We went to the 1-3-1 with Carr at the 5, but we might have went once or twice. I can't remember, but I thought Davion played great. Yeah, he's got to make his free throws. We'll work on it. I know we're really a pretty good free throw shooting team, but we got to the line 33 times. And here's the thing: they're the best I've ever seen. Maybe okay, they lead the league in like going to the line, and they shoot. Have you ever heard anybody team shooting over 80% from the free throw line as a team? They missed one time against us the first time, and they missed one time tonight. It's great. I've never seen like it. And it's their bigs too now. It ain't just their guards. But here's another thing. Ty Appleby drew 9 fouls. That's a stat. He drew 9 fouls, which means he's going to the line. He went to the line, 14 times. He went to the line as many times as they did. Okay. That's huge.
Talking about Ty, he tweaked his right ankle in the second half. How worried were you once you saw him kind of get a step behind defensively?
I wasn't. I just wasn't. I mean, the adrenaline's flowing. I knew he'd be fine. He probably was trying to get a rest. Who knows? I mean, he'll be fine. He's a tough customer. He gets knocked around a lot. I do think we have a bit. I got on him and Cam. There's too much. I don't know, theatrics when with the running into screens. They're not calling that, and then we get behind the play. Okay, I don't like that. Now you can take it on the dribble. Like when you're guarding the dribbler, like Cam does, you put your chest on him and take a charge. That's good. But this stuff we're running into screens and we do that a couple times a night, and we got to quit doing that.
The news from earlier today with Jal.
Mm-hmm.
Not a surprise given what you said yesterday, but
When I said to Christian, poor guy, I apologize.
But moving forward,
yeah,
Jal and Robert's decisions to redshirt them, looking forward with both of them, how hopeful are you about their ability to contribute for your team in the future?
Well, I mean, we'll see. I can't see the future, but I like the way Robert's working out right now. He's having a really good. He's taking really good full advantage of sitting out. We do a little different here. We have an hour workout every day, every game day before we even have shoot around for the guys that haven't played as many minutes. So Robert's always in that. And we do that on the road too. So like if we're going at 9:45, they're going over there at 8:45. And so he's getting his work in. Jao, he can't do anything. He's going to have surgery. So I can't tell. I know what he did. I know he had 5 points and 3 assists in 5 minutes against Ohio State. And that's all I've seen since, really, because he's just never been the same. And I apologize to Christian today. I was just on edge because, first of all, I always am amazed by, we're always worried about the guys who don't play. I was worried about the guys who do play. The other side of it, though, was I was just frustrated. I was frustrated for him, not for me. He had a vision when he came here to play. I had a vision for him to play. I mean, I made him a captain. I didn't just do that. And so I was frustrated that he couldn't play the way I know he can play. And he would help us. But, he just couldn't get over the situation with his knee. And so reevaluated it. And I consciously kind of knew it. And I knew I couldn't play him in the second half of the season. So I did it for a game here. And then we had another meeting and with the doctors, and they're awesome. And so he's going to medically redshirt and get another year. So we'll see when it happens.
Coach, you said your team wouldn't have won this game back in November. The way that they won tonight, with Virginia coming in on Saturday, another team that's physical. What does this do for you guys? Thank you.
Confidence is a big thing. And so it gives them confidence to know that they could play that way. You know, Boston College game was a big game for us. You know, Earl was Coach Grant was Coach Brownell's assistant. They're tough, you know, and so I think it'll be tough too. I mean, we got some more rough and tumble type teams in our league this year, you know, and so we pride ourselves on that, but we play offense at a pretty high level. And so we got to be able to handle the physicality of the way they guard us. And I think confidence is a big thing. And I think rightfully so, they have a lot of confidence right now. And I like that. I hope they have confidence till the end because we're playing that way right now.
This afternoon, whenever you learned that Chase Hunter was going to be out, did that change what you wanted to do at all?
No, not a thing. We just put Beetle up in the starting lineup and, you know, didn't know that, but kind of figured that, you know, no, we didn't change anything. We didn't even talk about it until we did personnel on the board. And then we just had him up there as a starter. Again, I hate it for him. I hate it for their team. He's a good player, you know, and so is the guard. I can't think of his name now. Killed us. Yeah. He hit 4 huge threes on us in the second half. No, we didn't change anything. We changed some things defensively than we did the first time, but I'm not going to divulge that right now.
Anything else?
All right.
Game's over. You can go.
No. We got to play him again.
ACC tournament, maybe?
Yeah, we got to play him. You know.
Steve, you're 3-1 at 9 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
You want more?
And Lucy, what did you say? What did you tell them 10-0? I don't know what.
The first time program history 10-0 at home for back-to-back seasons.
CBS.
Tweet that out.
Post on Twitter about like Wake's home field.